What's good, everybody?
Happy Tuesday.
Feel like it. The turn. That's all right.
You all get me having dinner. While both of us kind of snacking, eating dinner.
I'm done with no lie.
Because
I'm good. Why we don't lie?
I'm gonna eat. I'm sorry.
Eat up. Eat.
We gotta eat it today. Because I need some food.
everybody had a restful weekend and a great Tuesday.
All right. So as you guys are coming in, the topic for tonight is, does a submissive woman still exist? What's up, Patricia? Hey, Marquita.
Hey guys.
Does and we're gonna try to project so that you can hear us.
Does a submissive woman still exist?
Does a submissive
That's the
woman
topic.
still exist? In order to talk about that, you have to talk about you don't have to, but we want to talk about also the vows.
Yeah.
So there are some vows that still state love, honor, and obey. Yes, she does. Only speaking for me. All right. So do we still want to keep that in the
vows?
in the vows? Love, honor, and obey. Love, honor, and obey.
It's a really touchy topic. A lot of people say that's old school mentality. You know, obedience stuff. That's old school for women to, obey
Their spouse. Even though
they ask both.
I was gonna say. So
genders,
is that also asked to the man to love, honor, and obey?
I think it is, but then again, I've also heard love, honor, and cherish.
For the men? And love, honor, and obey for
For
the women? All
Yep,
right.
I've heard that.
So do you want to keep that in? Well, let's see what
Yeah,
y'all
let
say.
you guys weigh in.
So that's what we want to talk about. Do we want to keep? So we want to get to this submissive woman topic, but in that, I also want to know if you guys want to keep in, or what do you think about the vow that says love for the woman, love, honor, and obey your husband. Do we like the obey part? I guess love and honor is fine. And if we do like the obey part, is the obedience the sign of submission?
Well, he said, husband said no, he don't want to give it up.
What up, Isaac?
Hey, Isaac!
So and we gotta define what is a submissive woman. What is a submissive woman?
Yeah, first and foremost, we got to define what is a submissive woman. But before we jump into that, we want to know your take on the vows. Should they keep love, honor, and obey in the vows, or should they switch it to love, honor, and cherish?
So let's just get to it. It is my opinion. I do weddings all the time. I don't have that in my in the vows that I have them to repeat after me. Love, honor, and obey. I mean, let's be honest. How many women are actually obeying their husband? Not many. And even the ones that seem like they are obeying their husband are not obeying him.
Right. Obey.
She may be agreeable.
Right.
That means she's obeying him. So, what up, Latoya?
Hey, Latoya.
So again, we're talking about does a submissive woman still exist? Does she need to still exist? Is she missing? And if she does need to still exist, is she missing from our communities and our families? Or is that the wrong term?
I think for today's woman, that is the wrong term. For a lot of today's women.
Samaria, what up, Samaria? Oh, Samaria, you have to chime in. You got to chime in. Does a submissive woman still exist? Does she need to exist? Do we like the terms love, honor, and obey for our vows? Latasha, what's up?
Hey, Latasha.
Oh, that's Latasha. Okay, what's up? What up, Natasha? one that does what they do out of love for her husband.
That's
All right, so I need so
conversation
when you
is.
answer, I need you to qualify whether you're married or not,
Yes.
because your answer as a married woman is going to be different perspective than from a single woman. So does a submissive woman still exist? Does she need to exist? Does love, honor, and obey?
Love,
So
honor,
let me
and
ask
obey
you:
still-
Are
still
you
need to remain in the Bible.
a submissive woman?
Am I? I don't know. Do I submit?
But start whispering.
Do I submit?
I'm asking you: Do you consider yourself a submissive woman? I have to excuse Marquita over eating. Please define
Ashley?
submissive. I'm married. Yeah. What up, Ashley? So that's what we got to do. I need y'all to help me. We got to define what is submissive. Here is one of my thoughts. I don't know that I know any submissive women.
You don't?
Latoya says a submissive
Yes,
woman
she
does
needs
need
to
to exist. I don't know if I know any submissive women.
Submissive meaning
What?
I don't know if I do. I'm trying even think of times he is instructing me to be able to obey. Absolutely. That's the right thing to say out of herself.
you thought absolutely. She said she's trying to think of time like you're actually instructing me so that I can actually.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but I don't know that. I really don't know if I know any submissive women. I know women that are agreeable to compromise. I know women that are, go along to get along. So that's not submissive.
That's just compromise.
That's compromise. I know women who portray being submissive.
In public.
Period. Even in the house. And he think, oh yeah, she do whatever I tell her to do. Although she's scheming, she's manipulating, and she running that thing. He just think that she fall all over him. That's not submissive. So I have a hard time. What's up, Dia?
Hey,
I have a hard time
Hey, Chris.
right now as I'm thinking. Actually, denoting some
boy.
real submissive women. What up,
Hey,
Jessica?
Jessica.
And Jessica is not one of them. Submissive
I
women.
saw that
All right.
name pop out. Oh boy.
All right, here we go. So Patricia, are you single or married? Patricia says, one who helps her husband as they work together to achieve their goals, a godly woman who is upholding the laws of the church, a strong woman who chooses to be with her husband, to be her husband's helper. Yeah, that's not a submissive. That's not the definition I would take as a submissive woman. That's just an agreeable wife.
Right.
A submissive woman probably goes. She's engaged. Okay, so you're not married. So a submissive woman probably goes more in line with love, honor, and obey, where she. I'm not talking about aggression.
Right.
I'm not talking about she's feisty. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a submissive woman that she
Allowing you to lead,
not
make the hard decisions. So it's make decisions that we're gonna stick with and that we're gonna abide by. You have the last say so.
okay. I'll get with that. So mine is maybe more drastic. My definition is maybe more drastic, wherein he has the last say so, wherein she, in essence, it's his world, and she's along for the ride of his world, and she acquiesces to whatever he says, however this thing is going to go, from his perspective. As was the case, that was, because I still don't think, none of them were ever submissive, for real, but that was what was taught back in the day. It was taught to the woman that, he's the man, he is bringing home the money, and you go there and you be...
Make sure that man's house clean. Make sure you got him something to eat.
Right.
All that kind of stuff.
And you go there and you be,
His wife.
His wife. Absolutely. You take care of him. You take care of them kids. You take care of the house, and you don't argue and fuss with him. He's the man. He has to say. Ashley says, "Yeah, no. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Ashley. I have no idea what you're talking about. What you eat, sis? Exactly.
Girl, fried livers. And
She can't even have this live with me.
I can't.
Now, when the live starts, we stop eating. We're
can't do it.
on
Not
live,
Not
and
yet.
we have a professional etiquette and decorum. Not this one.
Today, we're okra, liver, and shrimp and fries.
What? All right. So
Don't
yeah,
get all this meat at this
tell. She confirms to man's ideas and thought, or conforms
Conform.
to man's ideas and thought. Absolutely. Now, I don't. Okay, Latasha says, let's not use human definition. It's really warped. Patricia's talking about liver me, please. So yeah, I don't know that there are many from the different.
written by Isaac.
Oh, what was written by Isaac? She conforms to man's ideas and thoughts. Yeah, that's what I would call a submissive woman. And I don't subscribe to women being submissive. I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to what up, Larry?
Hey.
I subscribe to women being agreeable, compromising, being able to think on their own,
Right.
make decisions.
Right.
I subscribe to a woman who is intelligent and who is assertive, not passive, but assertive, not aggressive. There's a difference, but assertive, knows what she wants, is able to say as such. But that doesn't mean, because it's for whatever reason, women have gotten such a bad rep. Wherein if you are assertive, it's like you.
Angry black woman.
You the angry black woman. If you know what you want and you're gonna hold your ground and you always fussing, you're nagging, I'm not talking about that. I think a woman should be agreeable, and as relates to compromising, have her own ideals, have her own intellect, and able to do this dance, because it's not 50-50. If you think relationships are 50-50, if you're married now and you're looking for a 50-50 exchange with your spouse, you are hopeless and you don't have a clue, because relationships are never 50-50.
What are they?
It depends.
It depends on the time.
Sometimes they're 10-90, sometimes they're 80-20, sometimes they're 60-40,
That's when
sometimes
all
they're
that compromise coming up.
70-30, right? Or they are 100-100. They're never 50-50. Yeah, they're never.
All of that is the unrealistic expectation.
Yeah, see, these married women.
The flowery stuff.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the flowery
You
stuff.
can't even talk.
No, I was going to say something else. You go ahead for me.
So these married women, like Samaria, Tasha, are all saying, yes, true, that 50-50, if you thinking that it's 50-50, if you have no clue. So, but the problem is you have these women who get into these marriages with these ideals that, yeah, I'm going to be submissive, and, and I just got to find somebody I can be submissive to, and now he's supposed to, da-da-da-da-da, and the man comes in with that, with that mentality. You're supposed to be submissive. The Bible, especially when we start quoting the Bible, ain't never went to church. Yeah, in his life, or been in church all his life, and have been duped by the thought that she's supposed to come in and submit to you.
And say, whatever you like.
Yeah. and submit to you and do what you say, and this is your world. That is hogwash, and you are an abuser with your ugly self.
Don't exist at all. That's right, Miss Sonia.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist
What up,
at
Miss
all.
Sonia? Yeah. So,
But and also to the
Latoya
other
said
extreme,
that they should exist.
Also to the other extreme, we have a lot of women like in today's time where there isn't even any compromise. It's my way. We're gonna do this. We're gonna have a big fancy wedding. We're gonna live this IG life. And if you don't comply, because this is what I have to offer you, then I'll take all of this away.
Yeah, I agree. It was the submit yourselves one to another. Absolutely.
Talk, that's the Bible.
Yeah, submit yourselves one to another is being agreeable.
And compromising.
Yeah, and as compromise. And submit simply means being willing. Sub is under, means under. The mit part of that is mission. So it literally means to go under the mission, or commit yourself under the mission of the whole. I'll say it again. I'm not trying to teach.
Go
But
ahead.
it is.
Talk.
Oh my samakai! It is to you feel that?
A little bit. Driving
It's
gas.
all that fried.
Driving gas.
It is to commit yourself under the mission of the whole. That's what submit means. All right. So anything other than that is the church's way. Come on, Samari.
You ain't feel nothing, Larry.
Anything other than that.
He gonna support you.
Anything other than that is the church's way of duping us into this fantasy that has hurt marriages far too long. It is to, again, I'm going to say it again, it is to commit yourself under the mission of the whole, of the one unit. What is our mission as a couple?
Family, or as
you know,
as a
where are we trying to go? And what are our standards and our moral ethics that we agree to as a whole? And then we come under that commitment of our mission. That's what that is. It's not, well, you know, I got to always go with what he says, or she, or he always goes with what she says. Stop that, because you are creating conflict in your life, unneeded conflict that is tearing up the peace and the happiness that you actually can have if you take out this old concept of what being submitted to one another means. What up, Ashley?
Well, some of these things that's popping up, I'm like, oh boy.
What up, Ashley?
Hey, Ashley.
So being so there has been the issue, like you were saying, went to the other extreme.
Yeah.
The tug of war, right? The women, and back in the day, it was the mindset: you hush your mouth, you open your legs, and you do what he says. That's it. All you do is hush your mouth, open your legs, clean his damn house, and do what he says. What else? What else?
Oh my.
So it was the
Yo, Erica, what's up?
what up, Erica? So it was the what's it called? The feminist movement, right? So the tug of war was, hey man, we ain't doing that. We're not
We're not only doing that.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what
not only doing
We're
that.
not only doing that.
Because we're gonna.
I got a brain. I can think on my
Right.
own.
But the tug of war when it didn't. You know how the red flag is in the middle,
Yeah.
right? The tug of war went way to the other side, where it is like now she is masculine and she is aggressive and she is all about herself and she don't give a tail about him and what he thinks,
And you fit into my world.
and she has emasculated him.
Now that's where I like to draw the line. Don't emasculate me. Jesus.
But see, many of them don't believe that they are emasculating them. They believe, I'm just being, I'm still an independent woman. I still have my own mind, and blah, 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 blah.
And that's true. That's good. You should still do that.
There's a thin line there, though.
Right. To the point to where you guys can actually have a conversation and he can feel heard and he can feel respected and honored and appreciated well enough so that you guys can come to some type of compromise.
But then you got the women who's like, well, I ain't got time to raise no man.
It's not
His
raising.
mama should have did that.
Oh, stop. It's not. Yeah, but that's
what they say.
It's not a raising. If you guys, you're mature adults.
What up,
if you're
Dana?
having issues and you need to have actual adult mature conversations, talk about it. But you give that person time and give them leeway to be able to, if you know the other guy, give them time and leeway to say, okay, this is how I feel. This is what's on my mind. This is what I agree with. This is what I don't agree with. And don't, beat them down
But
saying
see,
you weak or you passive.
right,
Or
but
whatever.
usually
Something
what-
about them attracted you to them.
Well, I'm telling you, often when that tug of war and that rope went back on the extreme side, what was attractive to that woman who went on the extreme, not all women, but to that woman who went on the extreme side. I ain't submitting to nobody, blah, blah, got my own mind. What was attractive to the man that she got was that he would do anything for her. He didn't have the fuss. He wasn't aggressive like that and coming at her. And he was spoiling her and giving her everything she wanted and allowing her to just be this fake princess and fake queen and all that. And that's what was attractive to her about him. Until she realized, I don't want to be, I don't want you to be the yes. I don't want to be the man all the time.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
But he was quite agreeable. He was quite just going with the flow. He's nonchalant. He's so cool. He's nonchalant. But he won't make a decision. But he always say, babe, whatever you want. He can't put together a trip for y'all. He don't know what to buy you because he just say, just here the money, and now you feel like you're not being taken care of, and he ain't no man. And you're the one who takes care of the bills. He brings his money home and gives you the money, and now he ain't no man. Here we go. What one do you want? Your big-headed self. You know what I mean?
See what you said?
What she said? It's not hard to submit when you marry the right person.
What does that mean?
It's not hard to submit when you marry the right person. It's not hard to. So yeah, explain that. Explain it. It's not hard to. What she say? Trifling. Yes. It's not hard to submit when you marry the right person. You can marry the right person. Everything is still hard.
Yeah.
Submitting is still hard. Compromising is still hard. Growing is still hard.
But
loving is still hard. Healing together is still hard. So even though it's the right person, things can still be hard.
There are some people who are more passive than their companion, and so they don't mind going along with. But my thing is this: it's always that until it's gonna pop up, and then it's until there is a time when you feel like I need to voice, or I need to stand up, or I need to disagree.
You mean that man?
No, just whatever. Yeah, that man or the woman. Like she's saying that pretty much I'm advocating for a woman being submissive. That even if you are a submissive wife, and you get to, there's a certain point, and there are gonna be those points where you rise up and feel like I can't submit to this. I'm not going to submit to this. So even though that person may be the right person, you still within yourself, there's gonna be a bunch of times over the course of your marriage where you're not going to submit because of whatever your own personal standards and beliefs or morals, or just because you simply just don't want to do it or don't want to agree, and that is okay.
Yeah, but you have some women, especially, that would be like, but the Bible says this, and that's my husband, so I just gotta go with it, and they will suffer.
And that's a lot of the older
and younger,
mindset, the older women's mindset who they poured and put that into, because I mean it was poured into me, but I'm just a different breed. Yeah, and they will suffer, but the suffering, honestly, is not necessarily from the hand of the husband or the spouse. The suffering is from it's really from your own mindset. Yeah. You think I got to just take this because this is my spouse. I got to just take this because I'm supposed to submit, and I don't need to create headache or whatever. But you're killing yourself slowly.
Yeah.
Because now you're depressed. Now you sad. Now you feel like you're not heard. You feel like you start saying I lost myself, and you feel like I'm not adequate enough.
And here's what happens. Hey,
the devil can play so many tricks on you.
Hey, India. And what happens is when you get into that place where you are just submitting because you think you're supposed to just go with it, just for sake of peace, or for because the Bible says whatever you think the Bible says in religion or whatever your faith. What happens is that you begin to resent life. You begin to resent your husband, and what's worse is that I think I was gonna say what's worse is that not only do you begin to shucks, I forget what I was gonna say. But anyway, yeah, you begin to resent that spouse because you think you just gotta just you gotta just suffer through it.
And a lot of people feel like you treat me like a child. I'm just one of your children. Because I'm supposed to say yes sir, yes ma'am, so to speak. Or I'm supposed to just give in.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. And what happens is that your spouse, the husband, whoever it is, will become your be all and end all.
Yes.
Your happiness is them. And if they are not, because you're submitting, but you're not really submitting. You're just, this is a bad word, but you're being weak by way of your faulty mindset. So I'll say it again, because I ain't being weak. I actually weak is submitting. When your submissiveness is warped, then you are being weak. And you're being weak because of your own mindset. But you become so focused on him that he brings you the joy. He puppets your mood because everything is quote unquote submitted to him. And this is where the trouble comes, especially if you don't have the what I would call a balanced or an accurate understanding of what submission is.
Hey Kiki. So even the whole submitting themselves, the Bible teaches that he said husbands submit to your wives, submitting one to another. That's again agreeable. Being agreeable.
What up, Curtis?
Hey, Curtis. Compromising and being agreeable with one another. Agreeing to say, you take the lead this time.
And some people, may think, okay, do submissive women exist anymore? And that may mean to you, an elite woman, woman of grace, a woman that knows when to talk, and a woman that knows when to be quiet or to be silent, a woman who supports her husband, and a woman who does not mind being led by her husband, and so forth. And that's what you may be thinking. And that's it. That is a wife. That's a woman. But when you start putting the title of submissive woman, that's not a submissive woman. That's just simply a mature woman, a woman of grace, a woman of poise. That's a mature woman. That doesn't necessarily qualifies her as a submissive woman. And so I think we really need to have that balance as to what a submissive, what a wife should be, and then really change the way we're teaching our daughters, and our sons, because the sons get into the relationship with this false expectation.
I was gonna say, with the unrealistic expectation that you're supposed to.
And when she has her own mind, she's a B.
Right? No, not so.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't make her like a mama no more. You just a B, because she has her own mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely an issue. So we definitely have to work on, like you said, showing our boys, this is how you respect a woman. This is what you should expect from a woman. She's her own person. She has her own mind. You guys getting together, you compliment one another.
So here's the question: can a woman earn? No, can a man earn a woman's submissiveness?
Submission.
Yeah. Can a man earn her submission? All we're really saying that submission is not.
I'm like, what is there to earn? What you mean? Can they earn a submission? Hey, Carmelita, what is there to?
Well, can a man earn her
Obedience?
not obedience, her followership, or is it automatic? Y'all answer that.
I won't.
Can a man earn her followership, or is it automatic?
I won't say.
Patricia says yes.
Isaac say hell no. Isaac.
Yeah. All right. What else? What else? What else? So what you think? Can a man earn yes? Explain. Somebody. Anybody. Somebody explain. India explain. How can he earn her followership? What do you think?
I think, honestly, I think it just depends on the, obviously the characters. Depends on the couples, the persons. Because for some women, this man earning my quote unquote followership is he's showing me that he's trustworthy. Number one, I can trust him with my life, so to speak. I can trust him to actually take care of me. And I can trust his word. I can trust that he's going to be a provider and all that. So I don't mind.
So he's earned it.
For a lot of women, yeah, they can say my spouse has shown me this. So yeah, they've earned my followership. Meaning that if they say, okay, I think this will be the wiser choice. I think this would be the better way to go. Blah,
All right.
blah, blah. Okay.
Okay. So wait. Let me see what people say because I want to get back to that. So let me just ask the question before I forget it. So, can he earn her not to follow?
Heck yeah.
And so what happens when she's not following? What's happened to the relationship?
They just like the peg leg man. Going in circles.
You started whispering. You started.
They just like the peg leg man. They just be going in circles.
All right. So Larry says if he can respect her perspectives, I believe women will respect that enough to follow. All right. Marquita says he's generally at work, so I'm enjoying hearing his opinions. Absolutely.
Aww.
Hey, this is the best night so far. You know what I mean? We got Larry on here. We got Isaac on here. We got some brothers on here tonight. I'm good. Okay, so Patricia says by being a good leader, provider, and more is how he can earn it. Okay, so so it's not automatic. Is what y'all saying?
Yeah, I mean that's just I mean the same thing. Just like it's not automatic that person won't want you to marry them. They won't think you're wifey material. It's not automatic.
Okay.
And it can definitely.
So here's all right. So I'm quiet because I'm thinking this. Here's what I believe as relates to trust, because earning is trusting, right? I believe that trust is not earned. I believe that trust is given, and distrust is what's earned, right? Because you go out on a date with somebody. What's up, Joya? You go out on a date with them, or you start dating them, whatever. You don't know them. You've given them your trust.
I guess that's why a lot of women drive themselves on dates now, because you don't date.
You're getting too specific. But what I'm saying is that when a person hires you on the job, they don't know you. And you've probably lied about most everything you said in the interview. But and even the background check. I mean, still, at that moment, you've given them your trust. And they can do something to earn your distrust, but trust is given.
Alfred?
Whatever is given is given. It's not because that's just my opinion. You can't you don't know me to earn it, because I can fake you until I get in. Right. So I haven't earned anything. I've you've given it to me.
Okay, so you just basically busted up my logic with the sledgehammer by saying that earning.
No, I'm questioning what you just said. So with it, what I missed, you missed being on time. You know what I missed. So with that, what we're talking about earning followership, right? I think that a woman naturally follows. That's in her nature. That not that she's not a leader, but as far as
we naturally follow
the one who has her heart, she will naturally follow.
So then when you I guess put that in there.
Do you believe there are levels of trust?
When you say that makes me kind of shy back a little bit, because even us as when we're younger, if there is a dominant and prominent male figure in your life at a young age, you will follow. We lean because that is all. It's seen like that's protection, that's provision, that's love, and so I can kind of
And you follow.
and you follow. Yeah,
You acquiesce.
correct.
It's natural for you.
Right. Which is why I say, okay, I can see where you're going with that. So I would have to rethink mine.
To me, women, for a person who who has leadership and who is exemplifying leadership, it's not hard for her to follow.
I mean, you can
she
look at church.
naturally just follows.
Look at the church. Most of the pastors are men. Most of the congregation
Are full of women.
full of women.
And most women, I'm not saying all, but most women don't have a problem with authority because he's actually looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she naturally follows.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
I would agree.
So
And
if
like you said, just precursor. Just because we naturally follow would mean like saying we're not a leader in our own right.
right. So with that, if that is true, what's up, Marcella? If that is true, then what I asked was, can you earn her followership? I think she gives it away. If she connects with you,
If she feels
if there's a zing and she feels safe, safe can be false. The feeling of safe can be false.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm sorry. I said again, the feeling of safe can be false. And now she has, and her nature comes up where she naturally begins following. Now you can earn her unfollowing you. Does that make sense? But if
because
she,
it's been proven, tested and proven.
Right.
Yeah.
but if she feels safe enough, she naturally starts following.
Right.
All right.
What Kia says.
All right, wait. First, let me go back to Dia. Dia says,
Oh,
"Do you
yeah.
believe there are levels of trust? Do I believe there are levels of trust? Perhaps I just don't. I nothing comes to mind when I say levels. No, no. I don't believe there are levels of trust.
Is it hot or cold?
Either you trust or you don't.
White or black?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, and of course, ask whatever follow-up question with that, Dia, that you need to ask. Do I believe that there are levels of trust? No. Either you trust or you don't. You can fool yourself into thinking, well, I trust, but no. Either you trust or you don't.
Or I trust in these things, but not that.
Yeah. And if you don't trust in that, you don't trust that person.
Right.
All right, Rakia. Not everyone comes into a marriage with an understanding of the union. Over time, as they grow together with Christ as the foundation, everyone will fall into the proper place in the marriage. Isaac says it. Let me read it again. And everyone comes into a marriage with an understanding of the union. Correct. Over time, as they grow together with Christ as the foundation, everyone will fall into the proper place in the marriage. I agree.
Okay.
All right. Larry says.
Isaac, drop these gems.
Larry says women don't follow a man who is soft in their leadership. A true follower also has the capacity to be able to voice her opinion and allow the man to fail to be able for the man to listen.
Before
To be able for the man to listen.
What?
Say that again. Say that again.
Women don't follow a man who is soft in their leadership. All right.
I can understand.
Women don't follow men. So that's not necessarily true. So some women, they naturally follow. And they will follow even though he is soft in his leadership with the hope that he will become the leader that they want him to be. Because if she follow a soft leader, but she will, unfortunately, because women can have more patience than men. Unfortunately, she'll follow him with the hopes of changing him into a more aggressive leader, and he is whoever he is, and will always be that.
To the core.
Yeah. So all right. So now let me break down what else Larry said. A true follower also has the capacity to be able to voice her opinion. I don't like how you call the ladies followers. A true follower.
Well, he's saying, okay, I mean, he's not saying y'all followers, but he's just saying, like,
Larry calling y'all followers.
boy, stop.
Calling y'all true
He's trying to
followers.
start mess. Go ahead now.
Watch Ashley start saying
You
start
better take
I
off on your
start
man, girl.
talking junk.
A true woman that follows. That's what he's.
Also has the capacity to be able to voice her opinion. Absolutely, yes. And allow the man to fail, or to feel to be able for the man to listen. All right. Okay. I didn't understand that last.
What? Allow the man to what?
I don't understand the last portion.
And allow the man to feel like she's able to listen to her. I'm messing up your words there. Go ahead.
Just
the last
so
one,
last.
so we can understand.
But yeah, so again, that's who think gospel music has gone too far. You already knew I was gonna leave my man alone. So are you following right now, Ashley, or are you leading? But for those of you who are just coming in, I gave a definition, not necessarily right or wrong. This is my definition of submitting. Submitting is because the Bible does say submit yourselves one to another, and that it doesn't say only wives submit. It also it first starts by submitting yourselves one to another, and submit means to sub under. Mit is mission, and it means for the two to commit to coming under the mission for the whole, right? And so again, it's men have more of an issue with authority than women do, and if a woman feels safe with that person that she's with, then she has a natural instinct to follow him, her, whatever, acquiesce. And so that's natural. It's automatic. That's my opinion. That is automatic. It's automatic. Now, to earn her to stop following you, or for her to stop following you, is what's earned.
Because it's like I said, it's tested and proven. I can't follow you.
Yeah. So that's my take on that. I understand what you're saying, but that's just my 2 cent adding to that, which of course actually changes the whole thing of it. But that's my 2 cents.
So what started this whole thing was the vows: love, honor, and obey. Should we keep that?
What did Joya say?
In there?
Are we supposed to be submissive while dating? So, Joya, let me catch you up.
I don't do it
The
like that.
question was, does submissive women still exist? And it was my opinion that I don't know many submissive women. And submissive, from I guess my perspective, has such a negative connotation. Where in essence she's weak and she just kind of goes with whatever that person says that she's following, and she has no she doesn't have independence in her intellect, independence in her emotions.
Choices.
Yeah, she just goes with, and I don't think that it is her that is her greatest place to be this weak woman. And again, I don't know many that are submissive. I do know many that are very poised women that know how to be agreeable with their spouse, that know how to compromise with their spouse, that are graceful and gracious with their spouse, and they don't mind following his lead, and sometimes they lead as well. And they understand how to really do well in this dance of balance and compromise. That's the woman that I believe is at her best, right? Not this submissive woman. So to your question, what was your question?
Are we supposed to be submissive while dating?
Are you supposed to be submissive while dating? I don't think you should be submissive at all.
Anytime.
I think you should have your own mind, your own intellect. I don't think you should be uncompromisingly aggressive.
Right.
I don't think you should be ratchet. I don't think you.
Or just,
Yeah.
I don't think you should be just, not. I think you should be agreeable and should be willing to compromise with something.
But often women, I'm sorry, y'all shaking. But often women give that off because they're trying to catch, and they'll try and portray that they are submissive and they and they because they're trying to catch, and so no.
But we let a lot of stuff slide, let a lot of stuff go because, like you said, we're trying to hook and hold.
Be you.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Be who you are.
Yeah. All right, Larry. For example, if Ashley is following me and she said that this particular thing is not the best idea, she will follow, but if it does not work, maybe she will see my viewpoint on whatever the situation is.
If it don't work.
If it don't work, maybe you will see her viewpoint on it. So I'm done typing for the night. Yeah, there you go. Maybe I will see her viewpoint.
Yeah.
He said, I'm done typing for the night. Yes. So for example, I'm reading it again. What up, cousin Shayla? For example, if Ashley is following me and she said that this particular thing is not the best idea, she will follow. But if it doesn't, yeah. So she is not necessarily the full word of follow. She's compromising, you know, and she's going along. Yeah, she's following your lead in this particular thing, with her own mind though, with her own thoughts as well. And her own opinion as to what this is, and therein is the dance. You know, okay,
yeah,
cool.
You shouldn't have to drag her kicking and screaming. If she's gonna agree to go with it, what's bad is if it doesn't work his way. If it doesn't work, you saw it. Actually, go ahead, get it. I ain't gonna do it.
If it doesn't work his way, what's bad is that it's like, well, now what we gonna do? You need to come up with another way. Instead of, especially if you have an opinion, instead of saying, hey, well, how about let's try this? Because we're doing this thing together. We need to be able to think together.
That's where maturity comes in at. Because some women were like, nah, you want to do this, or you want to do that, and it's like, oh, I don't even want to argue about it because I said we should do that. I was like, time out all that. Y'all waste minutes, seconds, hours with all that foolishness.
Right.
Let's get to it.
Right. Shayla says,
Woo! She said, I'm late to the party, but are there any men left worthy of submission?
no. No. There are relationships left. There are relationships that's worthy of submission. Because you got to understand my definition of submission. There are no men worthy of you denying your identity and getting into his world and being what he wants for you to be. That's what I hear when you say, are they worthy of me submitting, my submission? No, they're not. They're not worthy of you erasing your identity and just following him. But there are relationships. A commitment is worthy of submitting to it. Again, so for Shayla's sake, submitting is what I call committing under the mission of the whole.
The units.
Right? Your volume is going up and down. That's your phone.
Oh man, what's going on? I'm about to go. Maybe it got wet. It did get wet. You remember?
I started there.
Did you hear me?
Thank you.
Thank you, Shayla.
Thank you, because we've got 90,000 people on here that's been listening to us for the last 3 days. Ain't nobody said nothing.
They probably thought it was their phone.
Anybody said a thing?
Yeah, my husband got my phone wet.
How?
I didn't do it. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So, okay. Are we done?
We in the submarine under submission. Larry,
I thought you was gonna stop typing, Larry.
stop, Larry. I can see Ashley probably like,
Larry said, we in a submarine under submission. Y'all lift your hands. Let's pray for Larry. All right. I'm done.
So yeah, so if any of you are ever, getting married and you want this handsome face right here to officiate the ceremony, he'll do it. And he's not gonna say love, honor, and obey, because that's just out of there.
Y'all be good to one another. Be good to your
Shameless
spouses.
plug.
Yeah, be good to your spouses. Pamela, you late.
Hey,
Yeah, hey Pam, but you late. Marquita says it was great seeing you two. There's love becomes Isaac. Hey man, listen. We have to either y'all come down, come up here, or come down here, or either we come up there, or we can do both.
I know, but we gotta see you do
They're at a see-through house, and they need to cook.
Oh yes.
They can throw down, especially Isaac.
Yeah.
Let Isaac do the cooking.
Oh, Marquita can cook too.
No, let Isaac do the cooking, and let
Okay,
Rakia bake. Rakia can throw down the bacon. What's wrong?
You just not gonna talk on my friend.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about it. Rakia can cook too. I'm just saying though. Let Isaac get in there and throw down, do what he do.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll.
Don't come for her, Pastor.
Yeah. So and then we'll recreate 2006 where we went to go see Dream Girls and
We took the children to see them.
children. We had
We
children.
went.
We had no children.
We did have kids with us on that picture. We went to
Theirs.
Oh yeah. Kobe. Yeah.
Remember we went to go see Dream Girls and we ate at the house.
We did.
Yeah.
That was Christmas, wasn't it?
That was 2006.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Dope.
Isaac says anytime.
Yeah. We spent. We also spent some a great time with our friends Larry and Ashley.
Yes.
And they made us desecrate our bodies.
Oh my God, y'all! So look what we got. Fuck me, sis.
They made us desecrate our bodies. Sign his headache. Who?
Live. I didn't try to kill you on live.
So who wants to see the video of what up, Kashif?
Oh,
Who wants to
yeah,
see the
y'all
video
can post
of
it.
Marquita getting a tattoo as if somebody was killing her? Getting her what? Talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah. Who wants to see that? Y'all want to see that? I'll post it.
How
Of
do you do that?
Marquita acting a plum fool.
I was not. Which video you talking about?
Of
You can't do the first one. 'cause
You
my
getting-
hair was in it.
a tattoo.
I was not flipping. Oh my God.
So these are actually the coordinates of where we first met. The longitude and latitude coordinates of where we first met.
Ashley, you ain't right.
When we first laid
Supposed to be my
eyes,
friend.
on one another. I mean, I can't wait to hang with y'all again. Absolutely, it's gonna be fun.
No more tattoos though. Not on this body. That's it.
We got what, a couple of seconds. Yeah. So I mean,
She
so
talking about the court is Applebee's. We did not.
y'all
Eat
better
at
than me.
Applebee's.
I do not like pain. So look, y'all. I think I want to get like designs around it, so it's just not just the plain
I'm not doing no more. This is it for me. I'm not.
coordinates. Should I get like, I don't know, some type of design around it, not to overshadow this, but just a little, I don't know, something. What y'all think?
I'm done. I'm finished with it. Certain parts of it.
Marquita had to get the
words,
tattoo
like,
because Marquita had to get the tattoo because she was she was coming under mission to the commitment of our one mission. Oh, Rakia says theirs will be Applebee's. Oh no. So believe it or not, Joy says no. Okay, all right, cool. So believe it or not, the first restaurant that I took Marquita
Yeah,
to
wasn't no date.
was Applebee's. That wasn't a date.
There was no date. Where you took me at? We went to Ronan's. We went to the Winans.
The first restaurant was. Oh, the first restaurant was there.
Yeah, Ron Winans and Gladys Knight Chicken and
Was that
Waffles.
the same? That wasn't that same weekend. No, that wasn't the same weekend.
Mm-mm.
So the first restaurant I took you to was Applebee's.
But it wasn't no date. We was hungry after church. Let's just be clear.
That was still part of the date.
No.
You came up to be with me
Amen.
for a few days.
You gotta give me stuff for me.
It was Applebee's.
It was
Talking about an
Applebee's.
image. It was Applebee's.
Yep, that's where we went.
And
after
Larry
church.
and Ashley, their first date was Applebee's.
I think that's what he. Oh yeah, their first date was Applebee's. Yeah. that's right.
Rakia and Isaac has an Applebee's store. Did
It's
y'all
something
meet at
like
Applebee's?
What was them $20?
Is Applebee's still around?
Yeah.
Or is
I
it?
think so. Yeah.
Anybody else got an Applebee's store?
Yeah.
Cause I was
So what?
Man,
Okay, Applebee's.
I was spending some money on you. I took you to Applebee's.
Nah, you remember the $20? Remember the $20? I forgot what it's called. Two
Applebee's
can dine
still-
for 20
Yeah.
or $19.99 or something like that.
I spent some money on you. If I took you to Applebee's, I was spending money on you.
You took me. Thank God we stepped up in the rough because you took me to Houston's and then we went to Winans.
Oh, you was sleeping with the boss.
Rakia. Story time.
Right. You showed up, got a raise and a promotion. and benefits. You go to bonus check.
Oh my God. She's trying to use my bubble.
Bye, y'all.
Yes, yeah. We can learn that story.
Good night.
Ow, ow,
Yeah,
ow.
we'll talk about that next time. Bye.
Bye, y'all.